A charity that helps Scots affected by crime is calling on the Scottish Government to do more to support them. Victim Support Scotland, who help hundreds of thousands of people every year, say the legislation doesn't go far enough. It comes in the week the Scottish Government launches its Victims Code, as Marelle Wilson reports.
It was quite a deep cut, and then it was stitched up and around there.
Kevin was assaulted outside a pub after a night out with friends. While his physical scars may have healed, he was left suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder.
I wasn't going and seeing friends, I wasn't going to see family, I just felt inferior, I felt weak, you get a sense of shame when you're a victim. You think, is it something I've done, did I deserve that? I always say I never know if I could have took my own life, but I just wanted the thinking to end, I wanted to not feel weak anymore.
Kevin is just one of hundreds of thousands of Scots who become the victim of a crime every year. He was helped by charity Victim Support Scotland.
The broad ranges that people experience are to do with psychological and emotional needs. Some people have financial needs in the aftermath of crime.
In 2014, the Scottish Government introduced the Victims and Witnesses Act to safeguard the rights of victims. But the charity feels that the legislation doesn't go far enough.
There is still some gaps in that system. One of those gaps is in relation to young victims of crime. In addition, we feel that there needs to be a similar setup to that's occurring down south in England in relation to people bereaved through murder.
We're always listening to those groups who represent victims, and obviously young victims are particularly important. We've brought out the Victims Code. This is part of a process Europe-wide, but also in Scotland, where we're trying to enshrine the rights of victims in legislation and also make that accessible to people so they know what their rights are.
How does it feel when you're a victim of crime? It may be intimidation or antisocial behaviour.
This week, Victim Support wants to raise awareness of the impact crime can have on people's lives. Michelle, a grandmother who wished not to be identified, was verbally abused by a neighbour. She says she doesn't know where she would be without the charity's support.
He would be shouting obscenities, very bad obscenities. And I sometimes used to think, he knows when the police are coming, and he would shut up. This is 2 years of my life, and if I hadn't had victim support there, then I don't know what I would have done. I'd be lost.
Marelle Wilson, STV News.